I hope you guys are okay with that. We're just recording it for the members to see it. Okay, go ahead.
Hi there, Will. Thanks for choosing me. I actually work for AFR Furniture Retail. So we are a furniture rental company that focuses on home staging. So for realtors or, for example, apartment complexes that need furniture for long-term stays or that are pre-furnished, that's where our main business is. That's what I do. And then any specific question that you wanted to ask me?
No, that's it. And then you'll have your turn to ask other people's question.
Okay, great. Who hasn't gone? I'm sorry that I'm a little late.
So yeah, Eddie is actually we have Bonni, Jessica, and Mary.
Okay, Jessica, tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica Powers, and I'm a joint venture broker relationship manager with my own business development firm. And that's how Marie and I got reconnected with some ventures that she's working on and projects that we've been collaborating on for a little bit. So I help to foster that on behalf of both a corporation or a solopreneur entrepreneur and connect the dots, basically.
Okay, now your turn, Jessica. Who do you want to ask?
Eddie, because I think that I think you said Eddie didn't go yet.
Actually, we have Eddie was asked already.
Oh,
you can ask Bonni or
Bonni.
Mary.
I'll go with Bonni.
All right.
Okay. Well, hi. My name is Bonni. I am, as Marie had said, I'm a project manager. I also do management consulting. It's largely in the IT space, as well as solutions for small business, medium, and enterprise level business. So my specialty often is ERP, CRM implementations, and so I enjoy what I do. I love to help businesses realize their potential through technology, and just solve complex business problems as well, from the startup all the way to enterprise. So I enjoy that, and I enjoy that through my projects that I manage. So
Okay, Bonni, we have Mary and Scott.
okay, Mary, tell us all about your business and how it got started and how it's going.
Hi, Bonni. Thanks for the question. Good afternoon, everyone. How I got started, I would call myself a gopher amongst all my wealthy friends. Just started off helping out with a lot of their private estates, moved on to their private acquisitions for real estate, did well with those, and moved on to the commercial. Now I actually work on funding or full acquisitions of fairly large projects. So currently we're working on, I think it's about, we're trying to get a good deal on some medical buildings that are at an exceptional price due to the build out costs. But if you include acquisition and build out costs, you're looking over 120 million.
Yes, I can't wait for you to close that deal. I benefit from that too, so thank you.
Yes.
All right, so Mary, we have Scott that you can ask a question.
Scott and Melissa, I think is what I see the names there.
Yes, that's correct.
The questions are, I guess, what industry or profession you are in.
What industry? I'm in the health and wellness, don't kill yourself with what you're eating industry. Pretty simple. Bad in, bad out, good in, good out. Nobody really gets that though. Can't eat Doritos and expect to have a happy life.
So do I do a follow-up question or is that just it? Because I mean, that's nutritionist, I guess, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, go ahead. You're allowed to have one more because he had a short answer. Go ahead, Mary.
Okay, so are you a nutritionist, a private entity, like a small a storefront, or do you have a book that's published on nutrition? Just a little more clarification, I guess.
Sure. My wife taught me 17 years ago. It's a program she's worked with for almost 28 years. We show families and individuals how to, through the process of cooking, maintain a high amount of nutrition instead of killing the normal 50 to 80% of nutrition in conventional cooking methods. So we have equipment and a background of programs, support, one-on-one, group, et cetera, to support you in transitioning from not treating food as medicine to treating food as medicine. No qualifications as far as that we went to cooking school. We learned to do it on the job. We've learned from all the chefs we work with, from ex-wives like me, grandmothers, mothers, et cetera. So we are self-taught. My wife has a background in cooking for the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. She's certified in cancer and diabetes prevention cooking.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Scott.
You're
All
welcome.
right, Scott, we have Ken that you can ask a question. And then we got to get going for the presentation because Adriana can only stay until 3:30. So what's your question for Ken?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me about your radio show.
You're on a mute, Ken. There
So
you
your
go.
question is, Ken, are you reinventing radio?
Good enough.
And the answer is yes. If you guys are all familiar with the implementation of a channel, what do you call it? A cable channel called MTV. MTV was simply a video platform.
I watch
And
it every day.
exactly. And you watched all those videos. Well, guess what? Now you're going to watch those videos on radio. And that's what we're doing. And it's going to be really exciting. And the fabulous lifestyle radio, you fit right in. So.
All right, cool. All right, so now we're gonna go move on to our next part of our meeting. And we have Adriana Reynolds, who is the account manager for the Southern California with AFR Furniture Rentals Company. So I'm gonna go ahead and, are you doing a PowerPoint, Adriana?
She's on mute.
I was on mute. I'm sorry. I was unmuting myself. Okay. Yes, I do. And I'm happy to share my screen.
Okay, I gave you access to it, so go ahead.
Okay. Great. Let me just pull up my PowerPoints. And thank you for allowing me the opportunity to do this. Really, it's just a very basic information. This is typically the information that I would provide any clients. So if you have anybody or you know anybody that's interested or is realtor, please send them my way. I do cover the California for now, but we are a nationwide company. So if you have realtors or friends in other states, we're happy to help them with that as well. So for now, I will pull up sorry, just 1 second while I pull it up. I should have had it ready. Okay. How do I share my?
So you have a share screen at the bottom.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Okay. Yes, Jessica, she is in the professional staging.
Yes. Okay. So you can see my my profile, or I'm hoping you can see my screen.
Yeah.
These are just the quick benefits. So when I talk to a client, I'm just letting them know the benefits of home staging. So there is very big advantages of home staging. You get to sell the home faster. I believe that it was anywhere between, if the house is on the market for 12 weeks, it actually shortens it to a month with home staging. And you do also get more more revenue. So all of the bidding wars that are happening right now in the home industry are happening because these are homes that are staged where the client can actually really see themselves living there. So that's what's the importance of home staging is. And here are actually the percentages. 77% of buyers and agents said staging a home made it easier for them to visualize themselves. I just mentioned that. 1/3 of buyers agents said that staging a home has increased the dollar value. Again, mention that. Of course, the living room, the master bedroom, and the kitchen are absolutely the most important. When I look for a house, I just want to make sure that it has a big kitchen because I love to cook. I'm sure our nutritionist loves to cook as well. So those are the areas that you really want to highlight. And of course, you want to make sure that you're highlighting the master bedroom because that's our sanctuary space. So that's definitely the rooms that I'm mentioning to our stagers that they really should focus on, and as well as the living room. For obvious reasons, that is where, if you're not in your bedroom, most likely you're spending most of your time in the living room. So those are the 3 rooms that we usually focus on. That's not to say that we can't stage the whole house, but that's, again, definitely what we're targeting to benefit the realtor and the seller at the same time. 5% of the dollar value on the homes. 39% of sellers agents stated that staging home greatly decreases the amount of time that the house is on the market. I mentioned that it was normally you could go from 12 weeks down to a month. And then partnering with AFR and that we are a nationwide company. Now, I also, when I talk to anybody that I'm staging with, I actually do put together the PowerPoint. So I really understand the client's needs. I focus on what it is that they're trying to accomplish, what kind of style they're looking for in their home. And then I pick out the furniture that I think will best suit all of those needs for the client. So for example, in this particular case, I am pulling up a presentation that I did for a client. This was a studio apartment. It was 300 square feet, and they needed to make sure that we could section off the house into a living room, a dining area, and a bedroom, and that was all within 300 square feet in downtown LA. So this was my inspiration off of Pinterest. This is kind of the inspiration for the bedroom area. This is the inspiration for the living room piece. So I was showing the different types of chairs. Also in this apartment complex, funny enough that the door frame itself was only 2.5 feet wide. So those are things that I need to take into consideration when I'm looking at the pieces that can actually fit in the house. So, and I'm kind of just giving them examples of things that are small that make a big impact into that space. And then we also have something called All Seated. So All Seated is actually one of our 3D imaging where you can create the square footage of the apartment or the unit that you have and drag and drop our actual furniture pieces into the model unit. So as you can see, this was the bed. This was the nightstand that I just showed you. This is the dresser that I just showed you, the bookshelves that were in my presentation, the chairs that were in my presentation, and the kitchen table, etc. So, and now I'm actually going to show you the actual photos of that program that we did. And so if you'll see here, this was the living room area and the kitchen space. This was, again, the living room area from a different angle. This is the bedroom. This is what the unit looked like before it was even staged. So as you can see, it looks exactly like my rendering. So that's really the benefit of working with us. No other company is doing these 3D renderings, and no one is going out and making sure that these pieces fit perfectly within the unit, other than us prior to even showing up at the door. So that's a great benefit of working with AFR. Other than that, I just really wanted to show you we have a wide variety of items. For example, they wanted more of a beach vibe, but we have had clients that wanted more of a boho vibe. Or for example, they were really interested in doing like a very classic clean look. So here we go. This was a boho inspiration. Like for example, that is our headboard that we utilized. Those are our pillows. The only thing that we brought in from a different company was the nightstand. We do rugs, and this whole consultation of me putting together the presentation, showing you our items, that is also our dresser as well. All of that is completely included in our fee. So in part of the contracting phase is me putting together these presentations for you, and it's completely free. So that's also a benefit. A lot of stagers will charge you for the actual time it takes to put the presentations together. And we do not do that. It's included in your contract, whether you move forward or not. Does anybody have any questions?
I have one question. In your tools that you do use for presentation, does that take into account, certainly you explained the square footage that you input, but what about like different room configurations? One window would be on one side as opposed to the other, and a door will be, is that kind of in your tool as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So the floor plans that you send, you can actually send the blueprints to us, and we will send them to our 3D imaging company called All Seated, and they will absolutely download that same floor plan into the diagram. So actually, this one in particular is the one that you're looking at right now on my screen. We actually were able to take that floor plan from that company, or from that location, and drop it in. And I actually can sign into that program so that you can quickly see it. And I apologize. So All Seated. What is this? So if we could load in, that'd be great. Okay, so this one is actually the one that we were just looking at, the colorful one. So you go to seating, and you can pick the actual floor plan, and here it is for you. So now this is the 2D version. This is the 3D version, and I can actually walk my clients through this as well, and they can tell me where they want their pieces. So, okay. It's going. Take some time to go into the 3D. Alrighty, so there you go. That's the 3D version, and then you can actually even walk the space too. You'll see this was where the living room was. This is where the kitchen was. It has the office space in the back. You can, I think it's only lagging right now because I am on Zoom at the same time, so my internet is not working with me, but you can actually walk the entire space and see how our furniture fits into that exact floor plan. And as I mentioned, this is the exact floor plan for that apartment that we did.
That was amazing, Adriana.
Yeah.
So let's go and stop the sharing. And
Well, can I ask one quick question?
Please.
Can you buy all the furniture when you set this whole thing up and somebody says, "Hey, I want it"?
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately not. So we will not buy it, let the client buy. So it's funny because we will rent it out for 12 months, and after the 12-month rental, if at that point you want to buy it, you can pay for the value of the furniture. So you can, but you have to sign the rental contract first. So it's not like where you're like, hey, I love this, I want to buy this right this second. You definitely have to sign a 12-month contract first.
Actually, that's a good idea. Because if the person doesn't like it, then they can return it, right? At the end of 12
Absolutely.
months.
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
Bye. Sorry.
Not a problem.
Right, and if you guys have questions, please go ahead and put it on the chat, and I'll save it for Adriana. Adriana, can you please provide your contact information on the chat too? So
Yeah, absolutely. So my email, I'm typing it in right now, amreynolds@rentfurniture.com. And then my phone number is 323-301-5557.
okay. All right, and I know she has to go, but again, if you guys have any questions, please go ahead and put it on the chat. It looks like there was a question from Scott, but I don't know if you have time to answer it. There you go. So
Yeah, 900 is the minimum.
okay, all right, perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I apologize. I do have to jump onto another customer call. That's the only reason why I can't stay until 4. I do apologize, but please feel free to share the questions with Marie, and she'll make sure to get them to me, and I'll get them to you.
All right. Thank you,
All right,
Adriana.
thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you.
Pretty cool. Okay, so how did you guys like that? If you can go ahead and put on the chat your feedback to Adriana, just put it on, on the everyone, and I will save it and give it to her for all your feedback on her presentation. We'll get all your questions sent to Adriana, and make sure that you guys provide your email address that she can get a hold of. But I'll definitely have your email too, so I'll give it to her too. Thank you so much. Okay, did you guys enjoy that? Was that very good? Okay, I'm glad. Okay, so I know next week our presenter is gonna be, I want to make sure that I already announced it, because I've already scheduled people for the next week's presentations. And next week we're going to have Christine Domko, who is the economic development for the city of Temecula. She's going to provide a lot of good information on what's going on in the market. And definitely she's a great connection for all of you. So you don't want to miss this meeting, because she is big time here in the city of Temecula. She's in charge of all the businesses that are coming into the city of Temecula. So make sure that you attend that. And that is at 3 o'clock also next Tuesday, okay? And if you can invite people to come, definitely do that, because it definitely will benefit everybody. Okay, so there's still a lot of questions. Good, thank you so much for all the questions. Keep going with your questions, and make sure that you connect with Adriana, because she's a good resource for you guys and for other people, okay? All right, so the next part of our meeting is to just share your either success story, any challenges that you have that you want people to know. And because if you share it, they might have some ideas or solutions for you, or some sort of a connection that you can benefit from. So make sure that you consider sharing that too, or you can share your specific goal for this year. Give it a good time frame of completion, because that's when people can really respond well to your goals. If your goal is, let's say, in 3 months, then at least they understand that that's what your deadline for that goal, and they can expedite in terms of helping you. So we're going to go ahead and start with, let's see, Bonni. Let's go ahead and start with you.
Okay, well, thank you. I think probably the thing that I would want to share most would be my aspirations actually for 2021, and that is to increase and enhance my networking. One of the things in the line of work that I do, relationships are everything, and the traditional networking process, if you will, is very much been impacted by COVID, and so we have to continually think of new ways to do things, especially in networking aspects. So I find that a challenge in the space, often in the tech space as well as in the business space too as well. So any solutions and any channels and thoughts on that would be certainly appreciated and accepted. So.
Okay, great. Thank you, Bonni. And if you guys have any feedback on anyone else, make sure you send the person some message, okay, on chat. Okay, our next one is Will. Will, are you ready? Is he there? Let me see. Where are we?
He's muted.
Yeah, Will, are you available or no? Okay, well, we're gonna move to the next one. Let's have Eddie. Eddie next.
Okay, what are we talking about? What's the theme? Update?
It's what I share. Okay, either a success story or a challenge that you're dealing with, or a specific goal.
This is a minor success. I spent all Saturday asking all my friends to review my book, and I finally sold a whopping 17 books on Amazon. Hey, whippy do. So I got like a
awesome
16 times 7 in revenue. Hey,
okay.
What
Now, do you want to share a specific challenge or a goal that you're having?
Well, probably the biggest challenge because we talked about it today, is because we have disruptive data and technology that CoStar and MLS doesn't have, and we have some customers that want to buy from us. So it's really because I just hired a pricing expert today, who's one of the top guys at Inman News, because really I hate people wanting to buy from me but not tell them what the price is. So we're really getting that figured out. So that's my biggest challenge. And I guess a good solution, that's the reason why my biggest challenge is the real estate industry thinks they have everything they have to make decisions, but they don't have it. So my biggest challenge is educating the industry that that's not a fact, and doing it in a nice way. So it's like, I have answers, but they don't have the solutions. But how do we, what price point do we sell it? So we're really close to having that figured out. Might be another week. And so I don't know if I answered your question.
No, that's good. That's perfect, because people really need to know what you're working on and how they can help you. So that's a good information. Thank you, Eddie.
So I'll post my information about my book. If anybody wants a free copy, let me know. How's that?
Yes. Perfect.
I don't want your $17. I'll really educate the industry.
That'll be awesome. Thank you, Eddie. All right, let's move on to Mary. You're next.
The challenge, I'd say, but a fun challenge, is being on the hunt. I have fun bringing off-market opportunities to investors, and just making things happen with two parties that are like kind of under the radar and nobody really knows about. And I'm the person behind it all, and no one needs to know, kind of a thing. I kind of like that. And then I just see my bank account increase.
We want that, Mary. So she likes off-market listings. So obviously you guys if you have any listings for her, let her know. Mary, put your contact information, please, so they can get a hold of you. Okay. Next we have Jessica.
Hi, everyone. So I would say I'll go with some successes. Personal success, I successfully made a move across the country from the West Coast to the East Coast, and I'm in the process of acclimating different time zones and everything. And it's actually opening up some other doors as far as some nonprofits that I'm working with and other creative arts and wellness spaces that are here. So sometimes you just don't know with making moves what opens up right on the other side of it. So that's a win for me. A challenge for me is it's being really intentional about time zone differences now, and finding a rhythm and a good groove to be consistent with like off on hours of working. I don't know if anyone can relate to that when you make a move, but I'll get there. It's only been a week.
Okay, great. Thank you, Jessica. Scott, you're next.
And what's the question?
This is the part where we share our challenges or goals or success story. But take advantage of this to where people can really help you with some of your challenges or goals.
Okay. Challenges. Well, we used to be all face-to-face, and obviously having an all face-to-face company and all of a sudden not being able to be face-to-face with anyone was a real problem. So we spent the last year reinventing ourselves to be virtual, so we can offer virtual and in person. And Melissa has finally got the last 2 videos on our Facebook funnel, which is 5-minute meals. We got the script written out, the storyboard. So we just need to film it, and then we're going to put that up on Facebook. So a challenge has been in the interim, while we're learning to generate leads on Facebook of appropriate parties, is to be in front of people as much as we can, or just through our communications, be virtual with someone. So challenge would be to, our goal is to have 20 people this month that we are able to demonstrate what we do. There's absolutely no cost to you up front. And you can see what we do, see what we offer. And our hope is you'll send referrals to us. So anyone that would like a personal assessment of their food habits, we show you how to be committed to your goals, how we can help you be committed to your goals. We'll actually zoom into your kitchen, into your pantry. Oh my gosh, clean out the bad stuff. If you can stand it, a lot of people don't have a good stomach and they don't want to lose 3/4 of their pantry, finding out that it's not good for you. So, it takes a strong constitution. Normally, it's a car crash that other people work with us. They get cancer, diabetes. There's a reason that they are forced to shift to healthy cooking. So we're also looking for people that know and understand that you must change your input now to have a better output later. If you want a long, healthy life, instead of sitting in a wheelchair at 65 on Thorazine, you got to change now.
All right. Thank you so much, Scott. Okay. Now, Ken, your turn.
Well, my biggest challenge is getting guests for Monday. Actually, I have guests for Monday, but what we do is the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio, we film every Monday between 2 and 3 individuals with a short interview with Marie and Kim, and to talk about your business. And it's kind of complimentary, but everybody thinks it's going to cost them a lot of money, which hopefully it will, because it will be successful and you'll be happy to pay. But the first step is the freemium, which is to get you on, show you how it works, and move you to that higher plane. I think one of the things that we see is a lot of people think everybody knows who they are, but with people moving, as one of the young ladies just said, you're into a whole new area. You don't know who the people are. You don't know who you can do business with or whatever. And the same thing is happening out here in the Inland Empire in northern San Diego County and Temecula. So, if you were well known in Temecula yesterday, you are not well known today, because all the homes are switching and changing, and you need to communicate. You got to stop being a secret agent. It doesn't do any good to be the best person on the block if you can't, if nobody knows it. So we'd be happy to schedule you for an interview on a Monday, 2 to 3.
All right. Okay. Make sure you take advantage of that. Okay. Ken, can you put your information so they can also get that?
Sure.
All right, so next, let's have, who did I miss? Jessica, you already went through, right? Okay, and Mary already did, and Bonnie. Okay, so I think we're done with this part. Make sure that you guys have your input, your suggestions, your support to everybody's challenges and goals, and celebrate if they have some great stories that they just shared with you, and make sure you have your contact information and you can continue helping each other. Now, the last part of our meeting is to do some brainstorming here in terms of how we can all help. It looks like it makes sense for all of you to be a guest of Ken's Fabulous Lifestyle Radio. I actually host that with Kimberly Yater. It was such a great show for us. We have now a music for Fabulous Lifestyle. I'm so excited about that. We just got it from the studio. So definitely be a part of it and learn more how you can connect to a radio station that has 82,000 listeners and 1.2 million visitors. So definitely you want to do that. Now, I see that Eddie and Mary should really connect because of the real estate industry. Mary is a very, very smart real estate agent, Eddie. She has a lot of ideas that she can help you also. She's connected to a lot of people that definitely would be beneficial for your business. Okay, so make sure you do that. Jessica, can you just provide some information of what you can do to help some of the businesses in terms of your services? Because I know you gave some information to me, but it's best that you share that information. So you have to unmute Jessica.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you wanted me to type it in the chat.
No, just go and simply, just share it so at least they know how they can work with you or how you can help them.
Sure. So really, I'm a connector. So I help with business development for a company as far as strategic partnerships, referrals, ecosystem mergers, or actual collaborations and partnerships with other brands.
Mhm.
So with our presentation today, that could look like finding out who Adriana partners with the company and making those introductions. And it can also look like working with your existing clients to find other ways to work together. So
and you work with Deborah Sweet, right? And I believe Deborah has an event. Do you want to share some information about that too?
she does have an event. I don't have that pulled up right now, but when Bonni was talking about networking, I immediately thought about Deborah. Deborah is a master connector and actually is doing an event about branding and up-leveling your brand so you can be more visible and be heard in reimagining 2021. So Bonni, I can definitely connect with you to share some more info about the event. I think it's actually this weekend. It's like a webinar workshop, and she's definitely a go-to person as far as networking and tons of expertise with how to make that work, especially now with virtual events. So I'd love to make that intro to anyone here if you're interested.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I believe the event is on, when is it?
The 19th, I think.
Okay, here it is.
Right.
It's it's called the Brand Up 2021. And Ken, she'll be a good one to also bring into the radio show. She is amazing. She's got great stories to tell. And
Well, we gotta get her.
yeah, definitely. Well, here it is, March 18, okay, from 2 to 3:30. These are mostly for women too. But Scott, Lisa can connect with Deborah. So definitely connect with Jessica on that because they have thousands of women that are involved in their organization. She's trying to connect me to the founder of Women of Excellence too. And that's something that she's trying to get me to connect with her. So you want to make sure you connect with Jessica. Now, Bonni is now our project manager for Fire Up Connect. So she and I are working together on really expanding the structure for the Fire Up Connect. Bonni is amazing in terms of how to look at your project. And Eddie, I think he can use Bonni a lot for what you're doing. She has such a great structure for technology. I think you can talk to her about your API, and the structure of your technology. So she'll be a good one for you to be connected. Okay. Eddie, through Marie, she can then forward your message me. Okay, I'll give that information to Eddie. Eddie, I'll give you the information of Mary. Okay.
Thanks.
All right, we are 3:51. We've got 9 minutes. Would like to get feedback from everybody about how you feel about this meeting. I know we only had an hour, but do you think this is going to be worthwhile inviting more people? And what do you think about what you get out of this meeting? I'll start with you, Scott.
Looks like I'm not muted. Well, basically, first step is asking us to enroll for you, to bring people on. How about a game where we get a month paid for or 2 months paid or whatever, like a little referral, make it fun, make it a game where we bring people on and we don't have to pay the monthly fee if we bring on 2 people that month or whatever. Make it a game, make it fun, and include everybody, because we are all your sales team. And I know you provide a great product. I get busy in my day and I just forget to think about that. So if it was a project, so it stayed in front of me, in mind, I would certainly be willing to bring people.
So whoever has the highest invitation on our next meeting will get the free 1 month. How about that? So
Sure.
it depends on who has the highest invitation. Okay.
Yeah.
Be good.
I like it. I'll write it down.
All right. Sounds good. So we'll make that happen. I like that, we will have different ways of incentivizing people, because again, if you guys invite people, it benefits you too, because you'll have time with them and talk to them about it. Okay, so who has the next feedback, comments?
I think the meeting is excellent. And Jessica, just because we're a local radio station doesn't mean that we're not international. So we can help you. Are you in New York?
I'm in New York.
Okay, so you're right there, the heartbeat of money. So we can work together. So don't think because we're out of Redlands that we're not out of London or Paris or Hong Kong or even New York.
All right.
That's the beauty of the internet.
That's true. I'm excited. I can't wait to talk with you more.
Okay.
Good.
Anyone else who wants to give comments, feedback, experience?
Oh, I do.
Okay, Jessica, go ahead.
This is my second time virtually coming here, and I used to be in person back a couple years ago. And what I really love about this format is how efficient it is, and we can get a lot done together because it's intentional. And I kind of like the fact that it doesn't feel like a BNI meeting exactly, with all our motivation is from our hearts and not contrived. So some fees can be motivating, but it also could be a turnoff for some people. And I also just really love and admire and respect Marie and what she's building and the heart with this meeting. So I think it's great.
Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. All right. Who else wants to make comments?
I would.
Oh, Mary. Okay, Mary. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the 1 hour limit was much better. I know we moved quite swiftly, but I think the word was intentional. I think someone mentioned that, and I think, yes, I think it was like I did not quite I didn't capture everyone's, whatever profession they're in. I quickly just try to remember whatever I can like work with. But I guess that makes it better for the guest speaker because they actually get to really reveal everything that involves their industry or whatever profession they're in, while everybody just kind of gets highlighted. And if you want to be featured, then that's where you can expand.
Yes. Yes, and it's good to introduce yourself that way because, you know, sometimes it's, you know, just by giving like a short description of your business, it doesn't justify really what you do. So it's good to do feature them as a presenter. All right, thank you, Mary. Who else? Bonni, do you want to say anything?
Yes, I always gather quite a lot of value from these meetings. It's great because of the format in that you know, people know each other from a certain degree, and so I think that it makes it a little bit easier, as well as it was said earlier, a lot more efficient in terms of, you know, a common camaraderie that you do have. You know, because everybody, you know, does have the same heart, you know, in their work and the same passion in what they do. And so I think that, you know, bringing that together from in an environment that that allows people to share in that way is a lot different than just to meet up and say, well, here's my card and this is what I do. You don't remember folks that way, as opposed to, you know, from a sharing environment. So very good. Wonderful. To everyone out there, feel free to link with me on LinkedIn. Again, I'm sorry I didn't have video today, but more than welcome to collaborate with anyone. So great meeting.
Okay, anyone else? Are we?
Is Bonni able to actually, I know she's on the phone, but is she actually, or I could just type something like her last name?
Yeah, it's Bonni Crisfulli. I'm not sure if my profile's coming up on Zoom as I
No,
speak.
it's actually not, but I can connect you, Jessica, to
Okay,
Bonni. I
yeah.
have her contact information.
Yes,
Just make sure that you put it on the chat, and I'll make sure that I connect you. I'm going to review all the chat information. Anyway, okay, so we've got 2 minutes. I truly appreciate your time. Always give us some recommendations that we can improve, because Bonni now is working with me, and we've got a lot of things that we wanted to do for Fire Up Connect. Bonni, thank you so much for you know, being very supportive of Fire Up Connect. I truly, truly appreciate your talent and skills, and very happy. Now, you guys, you know that I'm working on the magazine. We are so excited. We got a lot of people involved. We have so many people involved in there. So make sure that if you still wanted to be a part of it, let me know. Look at Eddie. Eddie's got, like, you know, amazing 4 pages in that magazine. I'm so excited. So definitely, you know, be a part of it and tell people about it, because it's going to bring a lot of connections to you too. All right. Any last words? We are good. Okay. No? Ken? Last words?
Marie?
Yes.
Yeah, could you send me a copy or a transcript of this meeting?
Yes.
So I get everybody's names. Okay, that'd be great.
I'll give you whatever we have, and I'll email it to you.
Okay, super.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so I'll let you go, and I'll see you next week. Okay, Christine Damko is our presenter. I will try and get some events to put it out there so you guys know what it is. All right. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.